Good day, everyone. On the 23rd of September, the Supreme Court, through the Office of the Bar Chair, issued a bulletin entitled as the Frequently Asked Questions on the Digitized Examination for the 2022 Bar Examinations. It outlined the information for the bar candidates regarding the conduct of the bar exam itself. Here we are going to highlight what I think are the most important rules involving the use of gadgets and laptops in the bar exams. We're also going to discuss the minimum specs required for Windows-based laptops later in this video. Let's begin. The Supreme Court noted that the bar candidates must bring a Wi-Fi enabled laptop with an integrated display screen, keyboard, trackpad, or pointer device with sufficient internal battery power. The examinee's laptop must run on Mac or Windows operating system. Smartphones, iOS devices, and tablets will not be allowed. So here, the Supreme Court noted that only laptops must be brought inside the bar site. Hindi pwede ang smartphone, hindi pwede ang iPad or other tablets for answering the bar exam questions. Examplify will not run on Chromebooks, Android, or Linux operating systems, or within virtualized environments or environments that require persistent network, local or otherwise, connections during secure examinations. Examplify also does not support touchscreen input devices on Mac or Windows laptops. So there. Examplify will not run on Chromebooks, Android, or Linux operating system, or within a virtualized environment na kailangan constant yung connection sa internet. Then, it also highlighted na it will not support touchscreen input devices on Mac or Windows laptops. There are laptops na pwedeng touchscreen, pero it will not, the Examplify will not support such features. Next, to avoid these issues with software during the examination, it is recommended that laptops running on Windows 10 and 11 should have at least 8 GB of usable RAM or higher. Again, the more important detail in this is usable RAM or higher. Hindi lang ibig sabihin na may 8 GB of RAM ka doon sa device mo. Pwede na. Dapat 8 GB yung usable na RAM or higher. Para saan to? Well, kailangan high-performing yung laptop mo. Kailangan hindi siya mag-lag or mag-freeze in the middle of the exam. Kasi unnecessary, ano na naman yun eh. Unnecessary stress na naman para sa bar candidate. Tsaka ma-avert yung attention ng proctor sa inyo imbes na buong exam room yung or buong testing room yung binabantayan nila. Sa inyo lang sa inyo lang nakafocus kung sakali mag-freeze yung device no. So by having an 8 GB, at least 8 GB of usable RAM or higher, ma-minimize yung risk na mag-freeze yung device or mag-break down your device. So again, next. Examinees using laptops installed with the Windows operating system must download Examplify version 2.9.6. Okay. Highlight the version needed or required by the Supreme Court. Examplify version 2.9.6. Please note that the Examplify version 2.9.6 forces a restart of the device even though the restart later option has been chosen. So huwag kayo magpanic pagka bigla nang restart yung laptop nyo once na install nyo na yung Examplify version 2.9.6. All users will be required to restart despite the option chosen at the end of the installation. You have to restart your device in order for the Examplify application to fully function. Next, All examinees shall install and use only the version of Examplify provided by the Supreme Court for the 2022 bar examinations, as instructed in the registration information email that they will receive. So there, may marireceive kayong email. I think there's a link na ipoprovide kung anong version yung ita-download nyo na Examplify. All other versions of Examplify that may have been distributed or used previously must be deleted or uninstalled. So yung mga kumuha na dati ng bar exam using Examplify, you have to delete that or uninstall it. Or yung mga kumuha ng Examplify applications through their schools or through their review centers, you have to delete it or uninstall it. You have to uninstall the existing versions of Examplify on your laptop to give way for the Examplify version na provide ng Supreme Court for the 2022 bar examinations. Again, for the 2022 bar examinations and nothing else. Should there be any updates of the program prior to the 2022 bar examinations in November, the examinees will be duly notified. Rino naman na yan. Here's one of the important parts. No one shall modify, decompile, decode, reverse engineer, tamper, or alter Examplify in any way. Bypass, defeat, or disable Examplify security features either natively or by introducing any other computer code, file, or program, or breach Examsoft's data system and servers. The performance of any of these acts are administratively and criminally punishable. So again, be reminded of this prohibited actions. Sample examinations are required to be answered as provided by the bulletin. Sample examinations are intended to confirm the compatibility of the examinees' laptops with Examplify. Examinees must be familiar with the version of the Examplify provided by the Supreme Court. All examinees must upload at least one answer file for each sample examination by 11:59 p.m. of October 21, 2022, that's next month, or risk the activation of their Examplify accounts. So, kung wala kayong na-submit by the deadline, there's a risk of deactivating or deactivation of your Examplify accounts. When an answer file has been successfully uploaded, Examplify shall display a confirmation screen. Similarly, a confirmation notice will also be sent to the examinees bar plus registered email addresses. So after you masubmit yung mga answers nyo, Examplify will also send a confirmation email. The same with bar exam proper na, a confirmation notice will be sent by Examplify on your registered email addresses. Let's go next. The Supreme Court will not entertain any request for confirmation of successful uploads and will not send individual reminders to examinees who have not submitted at least one answer file for each sample examination. So, be diligent na lang, mga kapatid. Siguro as early as, the moment you get the Supreme Court version of the Examplify application, try to answer it and submit at least one answer file. Then, practice. Practice na rin. Wala namang mawawala. Both sample examinations will be available only until October 21, 2022. The Examplify accounts of examinees who are unable to take both sample examinations, take note, the Examplify accounts of the examinees who were unable to take both sample examinations will be deactivated. No reminders will be given to non-compliant examinees. Again, The Examplify accounts of the examinees who are unable to take both sample examinations will be deactivated. So again, be diligent dito sa requirement ng Supreme Court to answer the sample examinations. Para sa inyo rin yan. Kasi you have to acquaint yourself with the applications to be used during the bar examinations para hindi na kayo nangangapa at hindi nyo na tinatawag yung attention ng proctor kung paano nyo gagamitin yung application. Yun. Just to save time na rin para dire-diretso yung pagsuot nyo. Madali lang naman ang Examplify interface. Hindi siya ganun kahirap. Hindi siya ganun kakomplikado. Examinees are strictly prohibited from using their local testing centers' internet connections for any purpose other than to download examination files and upload answer files within Examplify. Malinaw naman yan. Hindi kayo pwedeng gumamit ng internet connection for any other purpose. Kailangan nyo lang siyang gamitin para i-download yung examination file and upload the answer files within Examplify. While examinees are inside their local testing centers, they are strictly prohibited from using their laptops for any purpose other than to access Examplify within the scheduled periods of the examination. So this confirms my earlier discussion stating that your laptop serves as your exam booklet. So sabi rito, any examinee caught using their laptops for any purpose other than this shall be subject to disciplinary action. Hindi malinaw kung anong disciplinary action but huwag nyo nang i-rest guys. Anong ibig sabihin ito? So you can't use your laptops for reading your last minute tips or review notes during lunchtime. Mas maganda na magdala na lang kayo ng mga physical or printed copies ng inyong mga last minute tips, codals, and notes. Next. Damage to the bar candidates' laptops in the course of taking the examinations will be the sole responsibility of the bar candidate. So again, it's your responsibility. Pag natapunan yan ng kung ano man or nabasa, kasalanan nyo, walang responsibility ang Supreme Court on that. Sinabi ko na to sa previous videos, your laptop is your exam booklet. Guard it with your life. Okay? Na-confirm dito, the damage on their laptops will be your sole responsibility. Kayo bahala kung paano nyo. To avoid any mishaps, examinee shall leave the laptop inside the testing room during lunchtime. Again, it will serve just as an exam booklet ang iyong mga laptop. Hindi siya pwedeng gamitin para basahin ang inyong mga notes, ang inyong mga last minute tips, or any other application other than for answering the bar exam questions. Therefore, the laptops shall not be used during lunchtime to check any digital reviewer, the internet, or to access any other file or program. Malinaw naman, bawal talaga. Now we are going to discuss the minimum requirements na binigay ng Supreme Court for your laptops. Pero I'll just focus muna on Windows-based laptops. Okay. Based sa link na binigay ng Supreme Court, redirecting to the Examplify site, operating system requires a 64-bit version of Windows 10 and Windows 11. Paano nyo makikita yan? I'll post the link here on paano. Pero yun, makikita nyo siya sa settings ng inyong Windows 10 or Windows 11 nakalagay dyan. Sa system type, 64-bit operating system. Again, nakalagay din dito alternate versions of Windows 10 and Windows 11 such as Windows RT and Windows 10 and 11 are not supported at this time. So, indicate din dyan kung alternate version siya or Windows RT. Next. Okay, only genuine versions of Windows operating systems are supported. The versions of Windows 10 certified for use are 21H1, 21H2, and Windows 11, 21H2, and 22H2. So, bawal ang pirated. Only genuine versions of operating systems are supported. Ingat-ingat na lang. For better experience, we recommend that you take your exam on the operating system version that you have recently completed a successful mock exam. So yon, yung binigay na version ng Supreme Court na Examplify, yun na lang yung gamitin nyo as a mock exam to test kung compatible siya with the operating system ng laptop nyo. Next, the English or United States language pack must be installed. The language used shall be English United States. Search na lang siguro for any instructional sa YouTube kung paano palitan yung language or default language nyo dun sa laptop. Examsoft does not support tablet devices other than Surface Pro. Okay, anyway, sinabi naman na ng Supreme Court na bawal ang tablets, iPad, or any other device other than laptops. So, CPU processor required, non-ARM based processor supported by your operating system. Again, makikita ulit ito sa specs ng inyong laptop. If you go to the settings, makikita nyo dyan sa tabi ng nakalagay dyan kung 64-bit ba yung ano nyo or whatever. Nakalagay din dyan kung anong type of processor yung ano nyo nakalagay. Kung ARM based processor yan, nakalagay dyan ARM based ay yung processor. Otherwise, nakalagay x64-bit processor or AMD. Nakalagay dyan x64-bit or AMD. Yun. Next. Ito, importante, RAM. Nakalagay dito 4GB of usable RAM ang required. Pero ni-require ng Supreme Court is 8GB of usable RAM eh. So, let's make sure na 8GB yung or more yung usable RAM. Hindi kailangan automatic 8GB kaagad yung nandyan sa laptop nyo. Pwede nyo i-upgrade yan. May mga upgradable na laptops. You can just add additional RAM. Kunwari 4GB lang yun nandyan. Yung default na RAM nyo. Pwede nyo i-request dun sa computer shop na binala nyo ng laptop to upgrade it to additional 4GB or higher. Just to minimize the risk of lagging or freezing of the computer during the bar exam proper. Next. Hard drive, 4GB or higher of available space. So there, available space yung na-require, 4GB or higher na available space, hindi yung total space nyo. So kung punong-puno na yan laptop nyo, maybe you should start removing files para ma-accommodate yung required space. Next. For on-site support and in order to back up the answer files to a USB drive, a working USB port is required. So ito naman, parang sa end na to ng proctor eh, kung kailangan nilang i-back up yung files nyo. And this is especially true pagka nag-breakdown yung device nyo and you need to use another device. So, kailangan ng USB-A port. Yan. Sabi naman dun sa guideline is USB-A ang kailangan. So ito yun. See this? Yung blue. Next. The screen resolution should be at least 1280 or 1280 by 768. The scaling should be set to 100%. Yan, ma-adjust nyo yan pag nagpunta kayo sa display settings ng laptop nyo. Here, dito sa scale and layout, and doon sa screen resolution. Makikita nyo, pwede nyong ibahin yan, may drop down window yan. Pwede nyo nalang piliin doon. And there, yun na yung yun na yung mga importanteng laptop guidelines for what I think, the more important guidelines for laptop use sa bar exam 2022. Again, guys, kapit lang, kaya yan. See you soon.